All right, today we're going to break down a really interesting business model from a company called Peakxel. It's called their partner program, and it's built on a pretty simple idea. You can earn money just by connecting people. So let's dig in and see if it's really that straightforward. So the whole thing kicks off with this really simple but kind of powerful idea. What if you could actually get paid for spotting opportunities that pretty much everyone else is missing? We're talking about finding local businesses that are, for all intents and purposes, invisible online. It's a fascinating hook, so let's see how it's all supposed to work. Okay, so to really get what this is all about, you first have to see the problem they're trying to solve. And honestly, it's a huge one, but it's flying completely under the radar for most people. Tons of local businesses are basically digital ghosts. And look, this isn't some big, flashy failure. It's more like a slow leak. Every single day, people like you and me are searching online for a coffee shop or a mechanic or a plumber. And when a local business doesn't pop up in that search, well, that customer doesn't just throw their hands up. They go straight to the competitor who is easy to find. And here's the kicker. Spotting these online ghosts is actually super easy. You don't need any fancy tools. The source material points out you can literally just use Google Maps. Look for a business with no website listed, or you click the link and it looks like it was made in 1998. Or maybe you search for plumbers near me and they're nowhere to be found. Those are the telltale signs this whole model is based on. All right, so we've got the problem, right? Businesses are basically invisible online and losing customers because of it. So now let's get into Peakxel's solution, how they've spun this problem into an opportunity for people through their partner program. At its core, the program is all about being a connector. That's it. You're not a salesperson, you're not a web developer, you're just the bridge. You find the business that's struggling, you introduce them to the experts at Peakxel who can fix it, and that's it. Your part of the job is done. But what does being the connector actually look like day to day? What do you really have to do? Let's break down the specifics of the role. It's really just a simple three-step dance. First, you spot the opportunity. You see that terrible website or that missing Google listing. Second, you talk to the business owner. Just a simple conversation, pointing out something like, hey, people are already looking for what you do on Google. If they can't find you, they're finding your competitor. And if they get it, step 3 is you just connect them by starting a little WhatsApp group. And poof, you hand it off and you're out. And this right here, this is what makes it so accessible. Your job is to notice, talk, and connect. What you're not doing is just as important. You don't build the website, you don't need to know how to code, and, this is the big one, you don't have to invest a single dime. The whole thing is built on your observation skills, not your bank account or your resume. All right, that's the what you do part. Let's get to the good stuff. The reward for making that connection. How do you actually get paid? It's super straightforward. It all boils down to one simple number, 20%. For every single project that closes thanks to your introduction, you get a 20% commission on the total price. No weird math, no hidden clauses, just a clean 20%. So what does that actually look like in dollars and cents? Well, let's look at the examples from the source. A pretty basic project, say $2,000, nets you $400. But they point out that most professional websites cost $4,000 or more. So you're realistically looking at $800, maybe way more, from just one successful introduction. And this is where it gets really interesting. There is no cap, no limit. The model is designed to scale. The source material uses Colorado as an example, saying it has more businesses than a lot of entire countries. The point is that these aren't some rare needle-in-a-haystack opportunities. They're absolutely everywhere. So let's kind of zoom out and bring this all together. What is the final proposition here? What's the bottom line? I think this quote from the source material just says it all. Local businesses are already spending money trying to get new customers. That's a fact. That money is being spent right now, today. This model is just a way for you to step in, facilitate a really smart solution, and be the one who earns from it. And that really leaves us with one final thought, doesn't it? Once you know what to look for, you start to see it everywhere. The outdated websites, the businesses that don't show up on maps. So the real question is, how many of these opportunities are hiding in plain sight? Maybe even on your own street. Definitely something to think about. Thanks for tuning in.